Thank you for tuning in. We're here with the Mint Berry Crunch Monster Crop. So from last week, our last week's video, you can see all that vegetative growth has come back. If you guys have been following along, we gave her a defoliation or trimmed off this top half here, and you can see that canopy for the most part kind of caught up, and now it's kind of a little bit more even than what it was, so that's nice. Some of that lower growth we were looking to target for it to come up and stretch up has done just that. So see if we can take a minute to turn her around. We're gonna go check out the calendar here, show you guys where we're at. She's a little dry today, so we're gonna feed her. I'm gonna show you guys exactly, or I'm gonna show you guys what we're feeding them, both the Mint Berry and the Miami, because we're gonna move her out of this tent right away. It's been a busy week for us. So with extreme weather, temperature fluctuations, and our relative humidity going up and down. So here's the other side, just to show you guys how it's much more even. We've had to adjust our lights up a fair bit, and we had to increase our airflow in the tent. And since the last video, I turned down my exhaust fan and I had to forgot to turn it back up, so we got that cranked, and I'm not going to make that same mistake. So I'm just going to leave it running while I record these videos to avoid that again. So because we need to drop those nighttime temperatures there, give her some kind of a break, because it's just been really warm this past week, so warm and humid. So that being said, she kind of slowed down her nutrient uptake, or her uptake with the roots, and she went a couple extra days without watering. She was doing fine, and in that kind of situation where it's a little bit more humid, I find, those nighttime foliar sprays really work well when they start to switch or slow down. But because I'm doing indoor and I haven't started with the foliar spraying, so I'm not going to continue, just because I want to feed her directly through the roots, and I'm pushing it as hard as I can there, so I don't want to cook it and just have stacked problems on top of problems, because for obvious reasons with the spraying, it's direct, so I don't want to throw it into a lockout with what we're at and where we're at right now. But yeah, so there she is. We'll take a look at the little mint berry here. She is in a desperate need of watering, but you can see all that normal growth that's come back in, so it's time. She's ready to get chucked into another plant, or into another tent, under her own light, and see if we start another one there alongside her, germinate another seed. We'll pick one out. But yeah, so we're going to check out that calendar, and then I'm going to mix up a batch of nutrients for both of these. I'm going to get my TDSPPM meter and show you guys the feed on both of them, and we'll tune back in a little bit later. So let's go check out that calendar. Alright, for those that are new tuning in, or that are new to growing, our calendar is everything. So without it, it's really hard to keep track of what happens or backtrack if you have any problems. So we repotted it, so on and so forth. That's where we were. Had some pretty crazy temperatures and weather, extreme weather. So it was humid, hot, cool, up and down. Everything was all over the place. So the last time we made a video was on the 13th here. Posted it, fed it, and then it is the 22nd today, so exactly 3 weeks from repotting it, and we're going to feed her again. So we did have a little bit of dryback with the Mint Berry Crunch, and so yeah, so today we're gonna water her again. It's looking like we're approaching that water feed every day, so we might end up flipping her to flower sooner rather than later at the rate that she's going. So there she is. Another visual cue is I can see where her leaves are. kind of tells me she's thirsty. And then again, looking at the soil without having to finger check it at this point, kind of past that right now, so I can see it's kind of that separation around the pot. So don't want it to go any longer, any further than this, so we're gonna get to that, and we'll see you guys when we're ready to water them and show you guys the feeds here on both of them. Alright, so we're back with our nutrient rich water. I'm gonna show you guys some math. We're gonna be using this our BlueLab nutrient meter. So I'm gonna show you guys what we're at with both of these. I'm gonna feed this one and this one. We'll test this little batch first. I'm gonna do this in one take, so it is what it is. But before I do, I just want to show you guys this real quick. I'm gonna push on this side, and I don't know if you guys can see, but my plant's swaying. I'll push on this side on the soil. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but that right there tells me it's bricked up. Pretty much that's where we want to be, right where right before we flip the flowers. So anyway, let's stir this up, get those nutrients mixed up, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're working with here. This one's gonna increase as we go. We're gonna do this one first, so I'll show you guys. This is our what we're gonna test it with. I'll show you guys the big one. So we're gonna stick that in. We're in about 900, 2000 ppms, 1.8 to 2.0 EC. Pop burn again. Alright, here's what it is. So I'm going to set this aside, feed it to the other one, and do that quick. So we got a liter of that. Without pausing it, so there's no funny business. Show you guys straight from there into there. Hopefully we don't spill. And with this, we're running the same as the big one, just a less, not as heavy as a feed, not a concentrated dose. So this got silica, our 3-part base nutrients, micro grow bloom. We got a nice little tea going, the B5 or B52 that we're running also with advanced. So that's got amino acids, fulvic, vitamin B, 1, 2, 3. And we're also feeding it a bunch of sugars for those beneficial microbes we got in there. They kind of complement each other, so we're gonna go ahead, pour that in. Don't really like to do that too often. I'll let it kind of soak in, then I'll give it the last bit, but because that's what we're doing right now. So here, we'll stir this one up real quick. Just give it once. Show you guys what it's at, and then we're gonna feed it. And this, with this bigger one here, that's gonna stay consistent all throughout our veg. So it's the same feed. We'll feed, water, feed. Double check where I'm at. Alright, 15, 16, and we're bouncing back and forth between 3 and 3.2 EC. EC, ppms. Take it out, back in, 15 and 16. So that's what it's going to be throughout our entire veg from start to finish anyway. And we just increase the feeding frequency, and we might do a back-to-back feed if we want to grow it any bigger than this. But in a 7-gallon, this is more than enough because we don't want it to go root bound as well. So there you go. We're gonna get 2/3 of this in, and I like to save that last little bit just to kind of rinse top down. Yeah, she's kind of dry. Not too bad though. That's about a gallon, so 4 liters of water. We got a little bit left, so I'm gonna let that drain in, soak up while we go and check out the calendar, mark it in. We'll come back tomorrow and take a look at both of them, show you guys how it kind of picks up. All right, so we're back to the calendar. There it is. It's the 22nd today. So marked it down for the mint berry crunch, a full dose. So that's 16 for our base, and then 8 milliliters for everything else per gallon. And then per liter, we with the Miami, it was 2 milliliters across the board for your base and everything else that we're feeding it per liter. So back over here, we got that little bit left. We're just gonna top it off, clean it up. So yeah, didn't even get a little bit of runoff, so that right in time. Usually we get a little bit, but neither one of these, so don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, we're gonna come back, check this out tomorrow, or show you guys tomorrow. And because we had that 4 days dry back kind of deal, should get us back on track to every second day. And then probably by next week we're going to be watering this one every day, and that's when I'm going to be looking to flip the flower, because I don't really want to have to do it 2 times a day. It's going to get a little out of hand there with everything, especially having to hand water everything still with the way things are right now. So just kind of looking at it. In the future, I'll probably try and get a moisture meter for these guys regarding the runoff and stuff like that. When it's too dry or your soil, your medium becomes hydrophobic, I'll get a lot of runoff. When it's been overwatered, I'll get a fair bit of runoff. But I'm kind of in the sweet spot where I'm not getting any runoff and it's kind of soaking it all up. So there's that, but you guys will see some runoff, or I'll be feeding it a little bit more, depending on, because this Pro Mix is a little bit different than what I'm used to, so I might just go a gallon and a liter, just so I can flush out or wash out a little bit of those salts that are may build up there and coming up, rolling into flower as things start to get a little bit interesting here. Anyway, gotta see it to believe it. So we'll check back tomorrow and show you guys what she looks like, and she's fed and happy. So till then. Alright, we're back. It's Friday today, so we're back on track. I'll show you guys the calendar here shortly, but we just watered it this early morning, so we're back to that water feed every second day, which is going to turn into every day here soon. So we're going to be looking to flip this girl to flower within the next week or so. So go take a quick look at the calendar just to show you guys, and we'll wrap it up. You guys can see how it's all perked up. Everything's recovered pretty quickly. I will have to adjust the light again. We did on Wednesday, Thursday, it's Friday today, so we're gonna have to do that again here. So every second, third day. On top of that explosive growth, we've been dealing with having to adjust our fans and our light as we go. So there you have it. It is the 24th today. I'm gonna try and upload this video today, and that'll be that. So we'll see you guys again when we're ready to flip it to flower. Till next time.